Hi and welcome to Sketchbook Doodles with Amita. Today let's doodle watercolor plants. This little piece is something that I had not really planned, but I'm very happy with how it turned out. This DIY project is so simple, it's perfect for beginners. In today's video, I'll teach you how to paint this little piece step by step. So be sure to watch right till the end. By the end of this video, you'll have a cute little piece that you can frame and put up to brighten an empty little corner in your home. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for more such videos. So let's get started. I'm using an A4 size watercolor paper, but you can create a larger or a smaller painting too. To begin with, make different shapes for the pots. Of course, you can use a pencil here too, but using the brush just gives you a little more freedom to play with the shape. And of course, we can always make adjustments later. Here I'm just picking random colors and trying out different shapes. As I mentioned before, I have not really thought this out, so I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm trying to balance my composition. So when you are painting, leave gaps or spaces for painting the leaves later. When painting this red pot, drop some paint on one side of the object and using water, drag it to the other side. So what will happen is you'll get a nice 3D effect. It's very important to learn how to angle your brush. So use the tip of the brush to draw those nice handles and curves. I'm not very happy with the shape of the blue pot I painted earlier, so I'm going to go in to make some corrections. These are the colors I've chosen, but feel free to choose the colors of your liking. I'm just putting in some texture in some areas, some design in some other areas. Whatever you think will make your design look better. And now all the planters are ready. So I'm going to go in and paint some flowers. For the first one, let's paint some tiny roses. Using the tip of your brush, paint tiny half circles in the shape of the letter C. Now your second half circle should be facing the first and the two half circles should slightly overlap. Now repeat this until you have a small rose. When painting flowers, it's always a good idea to draw some flowers angled in a different direction. Not all petals will look the same. Some may be smaller, some may be turned away. You may see me hopping from one part of the painting to the other, but that's just how watercolor works. Sometimes you need to let one part of the painting dry before you can come back and work on it. I'm just touching it lightly to see whether it has dried. So now that I know it has dried, I want to paint up a wrought iron planter. So I'll just go in with my 2 number brush and with cerulean blue color. Just adding some details here. While editing this video, I realized that some clips have got deleted by mistake. In fact, the three plants that you see in the picture, the paintings are not there. So I reshot these paintings to help you understand how I've done it. So here they are. When painting such small objects, especially illustrations, try not to get too caught up in the details and see that your illustration doesn't get too crowded or doesn't look too crowded, because that will take away from the beauty of the whole look. Now this particular plant is painted wet and wet, so I'll start with a very pale wash of lemon yellow, and while it is semi-dry, I'll go in with a slightly darker shade of green mixed with a little bit of yellow and dot it around to depict the leaves, darker green leaves which are shining through. And that's it. Watercolor, we must always be mindful of whether our previous layer is dry or not. So remember to go in with this new layer only after the previous layer is fully dry. For this next one, I'll go in with very tiny rounded leaves. In case you're wondering what kind of leaves to doodle, I have an entire tutorial only on leaves. I'll leave the link somewhere up here. My last plant is a cactus, so I'll begin with using a little bit of my light green mix. To this, I'll drop in some darker paint to bring out the form, and while that dries, I'll use some reddish brown mix to do some designs on the planter pot. Once the cactus is dry, I'm going to go in with my number 2 brush to make tiny texture marks to show the thorns on the cactus, and that's it. Your plant doodles are ready. You can even frame this little piece to brighten up a corner of your home. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you around.